where I absolutely have to call out Tommy Robinson for posting completely fake news to his Facebook profile. In a video Tommy Robinson posted the other day, it says in the beginning, Mohammed Hijab assaults police. The description of the video says, Muslim MMA fighter turns up to provoke trouble at the Day of Freedom, and his film crew live stream him hitting a police officer. Hashtag own goal. That is completely disingenuous.
He came out and publicly said, I would never invite Ali Dawa. Never in a million years. I would never invite that moron to come speak at my event.
Lucy, you're lying, Lucy. Stop.
What do you mean I'm lying?
You said to me to delete the tweet because you wanted to introduce him.
Go on, off you go, you fucking coward.
In fact, not only did I not invite him, he was secretly invited behind my back by Lucy Brown, who is this horrible left-wing Antifa spy that is trying to destroy our movement. Oh, where have we heard this story before? Am I right? And he pinned all the blame for this.
Do you guys think it's any coincidence that Cassandra Fairbanks, every time she tried to assassinate my character, said, go back to the left, go back to the left, go back to the left. You're a leftist plant, go back to the left. Wow. I had no idea. See, I really thought, again, like, this was not a world I was in before I was in it, right? I really thought that they were just doing that to me because I was, like, in 2020, the poster child for leaving the left. But no, apparently they're just putting their playbook, they're just recycling their playbook over and over and over and over again. This is a whole new revelation for me. I'm going to take some time to process this. I really had no idea.
This on Lucy. Said she did it behind his back, was secretly working against him. Oh.
It makes you question how long herself or others have been conspiring or working together. We'll soon see anyway, won't we? But, yeah, I should have took the warnings. Everyone tried to warn me.
I really had no idea.
Warned me.
And what came of this was just horrendous. Lucy randomly just started seeing all of these tweets all over her timeline, all over Facebook, saying she was a disgusting whore, a snake, that she had betrayed the movement.
I've had this happen to me.
And just started panicking. I've talked to her about this 1,000 times, but
I've had this happen to me multiple times. And people don't believe it. They're like, you didn't get canceled, Carlin. They're just mean tweets. No, do you guys understand that when this happens, when these right-wing influencers spur their people up like this, it is thousands of posts over every social network, in your email, in your DMs. It is everywhere. And people wonder why I block people. I've had this happen to me. I had this happen to me a couple weeks ago because of Ian Miles Chung and Matt Walsh. When Matt Walsh retweeted fun fact, Matt Walsh retweeted an account a couple weeks ago that has literally posted pictures of my house. Has literally posted pictures of my house on Twitter. Literally doxed my house. Ian Miles Chung was spinning people up around the same time. I had this happen to me a couple weeks ago. When I was right when I was going up to PorkFest. And what she's describing with these, like, you have people coming at you every which way. All because of a single tweet that they didn't like, saying, oh, conservatives are going to try to ban R-rated movies and they're in people's private homes. Which I do actually think is going to happen. And they lost their shit. And Matt Walsh, good Catholic Matt Walsh, saw fit to promote a leftist troll account that has been stalking me for a year and a half and has literally doxed my house by posting pictures of my house on Twitter. I wonder how Matt Walsh would react if I retweeted people that were posting pictures of his house and his family and his kids on Twitter. But no, it's okay when they do it. It's always okay when they do it. Sure.
it wasn't until 3 days later that she found out that Tommy had also fired her from her job. She'd given up everything. She was quite a successful photographer.
Of course
she had really good opportunities. She was a young, beautiful girl with a whole future ahead of her, and she had thrown it all away to work for Tommy because she believed in what he was doing, just to be fired out of nowhere so that Tommy could keep up public appearances. That, of course, I didn't invite Ali Dawa. Lucy was a secret snake that did all of this. And he obviously, to back that up, he couldn't just keep her employed. That would look crazy. People would be like, why are you still employing this woman who's a snake who went behind your back? So he fired her. He fired her to keep up the public appearance of this lie he told. That video of him saying he invited Ali Dawa exists. It's out there. But no one bothered to look for it. They just completely believed, once again, what their idol at the front of the movement, it's Tommy Robinson. How could he do any wrong? They just believed him and took a stand against Lucy. Lucy's life was destroyed. There's no other way of putting it. Absolutely destroyed. She
just like when the white identitarians attacked me and were coming after me every which way from Sunday, and I had proof, and I kept posting the proof. I said, look at what they're doing, 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 and none of that mattered. None of that mattered because Cassandra Fairbanks and Bryson Gray and all of their little conservative influencer friends were tweeting this. So it didn't matter that I had proof because no one was looking at it. When I wrote this article, a month of fucking work, 8 hours a day for a month, 8 to 10 hours, like, I mean, sometimes it's longer than that. Do you guys have any idea how much white identitarian content I had to watch to create this? To make sure that people really understood, to make it as simple as I possibly could? This lays out everything. And if people want more proof, I actually have it. But this article on its own takes an hour to get through. But I actually have a lot more than what's even in this article. And I have a lot more dangerous people connected to this too than what I wrote about in this article. I was right in every single thing that I said. And they did it anyway. And no one bothered to listen. And no one bothered to look. And I never got an apology. Or got any acknowledgement. They won't even acknowledge that this article exists. That hypocrite jackass that made that hit piece video on me last week or whenever that was, wouldn't even acknowledge when I tried to show him this, left my stream. Won't even look at it. They won't even look at things that contradict their stories because they get off on doing this. I cannot emphasize this enough. They get off on this. Cassandra Fairbanks gets off on this. Bryson Gray gets off on this. Ian Miles Chung gets off on this.